Along with my partner, Buff Wilhelm, I am the doctor. Tonight, folks, we have in store for you, in tag team competition, the New Look Gentlemen's Club.
That's right. Veronica is now one of the oldest members in the Gentlemen's Club. Gentleman Joe is putting something together, and we're going to see what it's going to be all about tonight.
Here it is, folks. Veronica. My partner's got her on the brain. You stick with us. You're going to find out why.
That ain't the only place.
Pro Wrestling Express, Western Pennsylvania's biggest, best, and most exciting wrestling promotion, returns to the Pittsburgh area every 3 weeks with bone-jarring, back-breaking, in-your-face action. Call 673-2811 for information. Find out what the WWF already knows. Wrestling in Pittsburgh means PWX 673-2811.
Yeah, that WrestlePlex, how you doing tonight?
Hey, Mark, there's your buddy Spiffy in there.
Yeah, glad he dressed for the occasion tonight, too, there, Doc.
Opening up the show, he must have had to get that tuxedo he was sporting a couple of weeks ago back to the shop. He's just dressed in his regular little Spiffy Skippy outfit tonight, isn't he?
Oh, here comes B.A. Briggs, too.
All right, so we got a... looks like we're well on our way to a meeting of the minds here, Buff.
Yeah, and he dressed for the occasion, too, didn't he, Doc?
They're a little warm here inside the WrestlePlex. Boy, they're starting early tonight, aren't they?
That life, you wouldn't be here. I've never seen you here with no women. What's wrong?
Oh, asking some of our usual fixtures here at ringside why they're always with each other rather than with some women.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, of course not.
You guys don't have a life. They can charge you $50 a ticket and you'll still be here.
Interesting how they pay their money just to come in and get abused by the wrestlers. You'd think they'd be paying their money to go in and get abused by women somewhere down in the rocks. But,
you'd think. You know what? I swung by there the other day, Doc, and I couldn't find any place open.
Did you see my usual VIP champagne room?
Yes, I did.
Well, what's our man B.A. Briggs talking about here tonight, Buff? Talking about the TV title, how he held up the title after the last match.
And Jim Miller.
Now he's calling the commissioner Jim Miller into the ring, and Quinn Magnum, who was declared the winner of the TV title tournament here not too long ago.
Yeah, but he won that match by disqualification over T. Ranchula here at the WrestlePlex a few weeks back. And the problem was, is he the champ? Is he not the champ? I guess we're about to find out.
Quinn Magnum doesn't look too excited about getting into the ring with B.A. Briggs and Skippy, though, does he?
No, I don't think he really cares for Skippy very much. And
how poor old Skippy managed to lose the microphone already?
I don't know.
Now, here's the Vice President of Wrestling Operations, folks, B.A. Briggs, basically telling the commissioner, Jim Miller, how it's going to be. B.A. Briggs taking his title very seriously here, folks.
And that's just not going to happen. Well, that's not how we do things here. It's not what you brought me here. Okay? So
Miller told Briggs that the belt would not go to Magnum because Magnum won the match on a disqualification.
Now, we don't have no belt because Bubba's got it.
Here it is, folks. B.A. Briggs has made a decision. He, as the Vice President of Wrestling Operations, has overruled Jim Miller, and he is declaring Quinn Magnum the champion, the TV title holder. Interesting turn of events.
And Briggs just kind of let the cat out of the bag the rest of the way, saying, you're Jim Miller's son-in-law, not mine.
But nonetheless, you won the tournament, so you're getting the belt.
Right.
Interesting turn of events, folks, with this near-capacity crowd here at the WrestlePlex, certainly in favor of the decision by Briggs.
The brand new NWA television champion, Quinn Magnum!
There he is, folks. You just heard Spiffy Sean introduce him. He is the new TV title holder. There is no belt right now to go along with that title.
No, there's not.
Because the Runt has absconded with it.
And speaking of the Runt, this sounds like his music, Doc.
Oh, this ought to be interesting.
Is he in the building tonight? Is he going to grace us with his lordly presence?
He has vowed not to set foot inside here again, folks, until he is declared the champion. Obviously, that is not going to happen. But Quinn Magnum, Jim Miller, and Skippy Sean are in the ring, and they hear this music, and they're waiting for the Bulldog to make his appearance.
There he is.
Oh, here he comes. He's storming in there. He looks like he's in search of a fire hydrant on a hot day. Looking around here, I hope he had his distemper shots, Buff.
Oh, I don't know, Doc, but he's sporting that belt over his shoulder. Got his little bottle of water with him. He's looking in a little better shape. Maybe he's been hitting the gym a little bit.
Oh, here he is. Now he's going to tell us exactly what it is, folks.
Well, we know he knows the cuss word, Doc.
Son-in-law, let me tell you something. I don't got beef with you. You're as good as a champion as my grandmother would be. I got the belt so you can carry your sorry ass.
He's telling Quinn Magnum, forget it. I don't care what B.A. Briggs has said. I have the belt. I am the champ, and now he's challenging him to a fight.
My beef with your old man. Come on, you want this belt? You don't deserve this belt.
The runt certainly knows what buttons to push, doesn't he?
Come on.
Yeah, and he's already pushed the right ones.
Telling Magnum to hide behind his daddy-in-law.
And he's doing that right now, too. Jim Miller's trying to get Quinn Magnum to leave the ring, and he's leaving.
Oh, that's got to be tough. You know, Quinn Magnum acquitted himself very well as the champion here at PWX, Buff. But now that B.A. Briggs has let the cat out of the bags, he is Miller's son-in-law.
I take over your damn television show.
Well, here he is, folks. He is reminding us that he did try to take over our TV broadcast for about the last 8 weeks now. Yeah, he had to fight with him in the booth here, where we've had to see his ugly mug plastered all over the TV at the beginning of each broadcast.
Yeah, I don't know who he knows to drop those shots into our show, Doc, but he has taken over the show.
Pirate radio. Interesting.
Radio, television.
Whatever. Well, you know Bubba's got a face for radio.
He sure does. We talked about that last week.
Here he is. He's telling Jim Miller, the commissioner, that he owns PWX. And there goes the one in the face. Here goes Spiffy. He's got Miller down. He whacked him across the back with a Captain Kirk axe handle. Now he's got our favorite referee, Scott Venom, up and powerbombs him. Here comes Quinn Magnum. Don't do that to my daddy-in-law. He puts the Bulldog in the DDT.
Bubba's laid out flat.
And now Magnum taking the belt that rightfully belongs to him. Fantastic turn of events here, folks.
Here comes the player. That's your buddy, Doc.
Oh, look out. Here he comes. He's got a trash can. Must have pulled that off of wherever he slept last night, folks. The lid to a trash can, and he's whacked Quinn Magnum over the back with it. And now they're both down.
And Bubba's got the belt again.
Jim Miller still stunned from that vicious attack, unprovoked by the Bulldog, as the Brunt slinks away now. He took a beating. He's got his tail between his legs, but he still managed to hold on to that collar, Buff.
Yeah, he's still got his belt, he'll tell you. And, Quinn Magnum got out there. He gave Bubba that DDT, but Player came out and changed the rules.
He is a nasty little cur dog. The Player, a member of the Gentlemen's Club. Remember, folks, Quinn Magnum was the flag bearer of the Gentlemen's Club until about 6 weeks ago. And at that time, the same night he lost his championship belt, he left the Gentlemen's Club.
Yeah, he did at that time, and when he left the Gentlemen's Club was in total disarray.
If you're looking for valued entertainment, then try DeVito Park in Leisenring, PA. Located between Connellsville and Uniontown, DeVito Park provides roller and ice skating on Pennsylvania's 2 largest rinks. The Ice Mine Ice Rink is the only Olympic-size ice rink in Pennsylvania, with skating lessons, scholastic and collegiate hockey, and periodic ice shows for your pleasure. The Track 9 roller rink ranks 9th in the nation, providing a full laser light show every session. Adult and youth sessions and learn to skate programs are available daily. A wide variety of snacks and full-course menu items are available in our restaurant, dining room, party rooms, or banquet facility. Booking parties has never been easier with a personalized hostess at each party. Your guests will enjoy the amenities of our arenas and game room. Ample parking, clean restrooms, and over 2.5 acres under one roof will invite you back time and again. DeVito Park is now host to the NWA East with wrestling events monthly. Call 626-1400 for our weekly schedule.
Folks, we've got an opportunity, a rare opportunity now, hopefully, to see inside the mind of Brian Anthony, his tag team partner, the other half of the tag champion, Wrong Crowd, Paul Atlas. joins us here at ringside.
This goes back to what I mentioned before. I got to take some nights off and sit here at the booth with you guys. Brian's wrestling a match, singles match, because like I said, we can't get any competition. But JB Destiny, my favorite wrestler in PWX. And Brian's got something to say here, so I think we're just going to sit back and hear what he's got to say.
J.O.B. Destiny. It's no secret that I've known you a long time. We've been friends, and now we're enemies. For the 8 years I've known you, I've never known you to have a lady, if you know what I mean. So maybe a good name for her would be Inflame.
Is he implying that JB Destiny has a blow-up doll?
I got your spotlight.
It would certainly seem so. But JB Destiny, perhaps that purple we saw smeared on him earlier had something to do with his new escort.
Maybe she exploded in his face. You think he was purple before?
Here he comes. He's purple and gold, folks. He looks like an Easter egg. Oh, that's a whole new look.
Sporting a new haircut.
Yeah, I don't know what's going through this guy's head anymore. You know, it used to be when I faced JB Destiny, I never knew where the guy was coming from. But now it's real easy to tell. See, he used to climb rafters and dive from balconies. Now he climbs bar stools and stumbles down curbs. I think this guy, oops, wait a minute. He's going to whine some more.
Story, Brian.
Oh, here he comes. He looks like Piggy got the conch and Lord of the Flies, if you remember that, Puff.
Yeah, I think so. Let's hear what he's got to say.
In the WrestlePlex, and I've been getting the shaft.
Maybe you're right, Paul. He said he's been getting the shaft.
People also know, but I do, that's what I got on good authority, that you got no shaft. You're a company man doing company policy, and now you're trying to fight the company fight. Hey, I don't. Back the hell off. Back the hell off. Get him off.
Yeah, like I said, he likes to whine and cry, but I haven't seen much in the way of action out of this guy lately. Maybe his question is, instead of where's my spotlight, what have you done for your spotlight lately?
Here comes B.A. Briggs.
Now, this is interesting. JB Destiny is claiming that somehow there's a conspiracy here in the PWX against him. And now that B.A. Briggs is out there, that's really going to set him off.
You know, that takes some nerve. That takes some nerve because, you know, if anybody's been ripped off more by B.A. Briggs, it's been the wrong crowd.
For the past 3 weeks, I've been listening to your shit on TV. I've been listening to it out here.
B.A. Briggs does usually seem to have, he likes things to go his own way, and sometimes it doesn't seem logical to those of us at ringside, but he certainly does seem to have method to his madness.
That's like I said, you know, we've been shafted more than a few times by B.A. Briggs.
But let me explain to you one thing.
Briggs is trying to explain to Destiny, he sets up these matches, and if he says to JB Destiny, you get in the ring with Brian Anthony, then by gum, you get into the ring with Brian Anthony, Bob.
But you call him a long-haired guy, take care of business in the ring. Don't get on TV with your little comments.
He's telling JB, don't go crying on television.
You want to fight, fight, but do it with your fists and not with your tongue.
Briggs, take a little shot of your buddy Stiffy.
I make the matches. You got a problem with me, I'll go and get on my damn trunks. I don't give a damn. But you will not degrade me or this company in this ring. You put JB, WX, or what you marked out to be. What is that? There is nobody, no one man runs this company except Jim Miller.
B.A. Briggs telling JB Destiny, I don't care what you think, I don't care what you do. When I tell you to fight, you fight.
That's exactly it. And he's telling JB, you know what? Take your candy and go home.
Here it is. JB Destiny looks like he's showing him nothing but contempt from up there. B.A. Briggs, basically, it looks like Paul Alice has set this match up to give Brian Anthony an opportunity to just beat the daylights out of JB Destiny.
It's like I said, JB wants to whine, he wants to cry, but what has he done lately in PWX? He has done nothing as far as I'm concerned. He has become like boring Barry Ray. He gives these people nothing. With a wrong crowd, time and time again, performs at the utmost athleticism. Time in and time out. We are true athletes. We don't whine about it. We don't moan about it. We get out there and we perform for these people, and that's one thing JB Destiny has not done lately.
Folks, here it is, bad boy Brian Anthony, definitely with a score to settle against JB Destiny. Paul Atlas, he didn't even take the time to take off his warm-up jacket, do his pose down, or pull his wrestling singlet up. He simply means business out there today.
JB had a nice spinning back kick there.
This is all business here. It's the time for fun and games is over. These boys want to get real. The wrong crowd's going to show them just how to get real.
Destiny in a side headlock with a nice flip-over roll. He's got Brian Anthony down now. The referee checking to make sure that Brian Anthony's shoulders are not down on the mat, but he was actually able to get to a 1 count on 2 separate occasions there.
Now Brian Anthony is trying to take JB up. JB got away from that side suplex Brian was setting him up for, but he took a big clothesline, and now Brian's back on top.
Brian Anthony that time, it looked like in midstream had to change plans, champ, but nonetheless still came out on top.
Yeah, well, it all comes down to conditioning. It all comes down to mental preparation. I've said it time and time again. You lose focus in this business, you're a piece of meat. And that's why we don't lose focus.
Champ, that's a key point, as what we've seen here tonight shows. Everyone knows the pride you and Brian Anthony and the other members of the Wrong Crowd take in your conditioning and training regimen. And now we see JB Destiny has gotten ready for this match, it looks like, by simply whining and crying on TV and maybe taking one trip to the hairdresser.
That's about all it's been. Like I said, he used to be a great athlete. He used to dazzle people with his moves. Now he just dazzles people with his bull, if you know what I mean.
Champ, you've been in the ring a long time. Has someone wearing body paint, face makeup, or newfound blonde hair from a bottle ever intimidated you or made you change your mind about anything?
Not one damn bit. Like I said, you can change your name, you can change your image, but that doesn't make you a top contender for jack.
Folks, here it is, JB Destiny. Looks like he's in control in the match. Up and over he goes. He's going to try to flip him over. He's planning to the crowd, but he finds himself on the receiving end of a big power bomb.
Brian Anthony with a huge power bomb there. And Doc, what's Brandon K doing coming down here now? We saw at our last house show here at the WrestlePlex where the Wrong Crowd looked like they kind of helped Brandon K out a little bit. What's the deal here, Paul?
No deal. I don't know what you're talking about. I know JB Destiny has had a few harsh words for young Mr. Brandon K. Maybe Brandon K is just out here to find out where he's coming from.
JB Destiny has made no friends over the course of these last few weeks, Buff. It seems as though something has happened. Something has snapped inside him, and he's burning every bridge that he has built over his long career here in PWX.
Well, we talked about that a little bit last week, Doc, whenever we sat down and we gave the fans our 1-year anniversary, and you asked me what I thought about JB Destiny. That's exactly what the problem is. He's lost his focus, and Paul's hit on that a few times tonight, but with a great move, and JB pulled up and didn't cover him.
Looks like Brandon K was able to get his attention there and took the man with the limited concentration span, Paul Atlas, and was able to keep him from getting the pin there.
You know, this doesn't look good. I think I might have to take care of it. I might have to break this little spat up here.
Folks, Paul Atlas is leaving our booth now. He's going to go try to break this spat up. His tag team partner, Brian Anthony, in the ring. Paul Atlas left our booth and delivered a monster kick right to the side of JB Destiny's head. And now Atlas has Destiny, and he's doing a gentlemanly thing. He's going to help him back into the ring.
He just rolled him back in the ring, and Brian Anthony covered him. And what does Brandon K have to do with all this? He didn't help JB at all.
Hell no, he didn't help JB at all.
He's out here to confront JB Destiny for something.
He distracted JB Destiny from getting the pinfall, and then when he did that, Paul Atlas was there, and when JB Destiny turned around, Paul Atlas hit him with a Bavarian boot right to the side of the head.
In 1987,
WX locker room, I've got the Doc with me here, and Mad Mike with a shoulder injury that laid to him by Samu. Mike's had a little surgery. You can see the scar here. Doc, what's the verdict?
Well, Buff, we've looked at the x-rays here. They've been provided to us by the general practitioner there at the hospital. And what I see here, normally shoulder separations and problems with the shoulder are graded on 3 categories, first, second, and third. Third degree being the most serious. Mike, I got news for you. This is completely off the chart. This is what we actually call, it's actually a 4th degree separation. It is the worst possible kind of separation.
Wait a minute. No, that's not what they told me at the hospital. They said it's only a minor one.
and they just put it together.
This picture doesn't lie. You can clearly see right there the separation. Again, we measure it in terms of degrees. That is completely off the charts, folks. That is a 4th degree shoulder separation. Mike, I think you're going to be out for a long, long time.
What? They told me 6 weeks. I'm only going to be out for 6 weeks.
No, I'm afraid you're going to be out for at least 6 months.
What?
You may even be out. You may even be on the retired list with yours truly. You might be in the booth with me, Mike. That is a serious career-threatening injury.
I will be back. And I'll be back in 6 weeks if I have to get hurt again. I will be back. I don't care what the hell that says. I'll be back.
Mad Mike saying he'll be back in 6 weeks. The doc says 6 months. Looks like the Bomb Squad is going to be taking on the tag team of the Player and the man formerly known as Country Boy Chris.
What would we call him now? City Slicker Chris? I think the only thing slick about him would be the oil in his hair.
Good thing, Doc, because a good thing it ain't on his belly.
But here it is, folks, the Bomb Squad versus our 2 members of the Gentlemen's Club. It's the Player, and for lack of a better term, I think we'll just call him, well,
the big guy.
The big guy, Chris. Here it is, folks, about to get underway. The Bomb Squad, Paul. I know that recently, and this may be news to you, you and Brian Anthony were declared by the members of our broadcast crew the Tag Team of the Year in PWX. Congratulations on that. One of your fiercest competitors this year was the Bomb Squad, the newly formed team. What do you think about them?
You know, like I've said so many times, they never actually beat Brian, Anthony, and myself. And as far as Tag Team of the Year, I mean, who else? I mean, we have beaten everybody in this place. And I mean, I'm just begging Jim Miller to get somebody to compete. Not beat us, because no one can beat us, but bring somebody in this place that can at least compete with us.
From the mouth of the champion, folks, here it is. Collar and elbow tie up in the center, and up and over goes the Player. He better keep the little Player where it belongs because he's found himself in a match here, Buff.
He sure has, and it looks like he needs to pull those shorts up a little bit, too.
Paul Atlas, what happens when you come out for a match and then all of a sudden find yourself, your game plan evidently just not going to work, and you find yourself on the short end of a big double team like that?
Well, you know, you got to keep your eyes open at all times and be ready for anything. Your game plan basically has to be ready for anything. Competition is competition. There's a beautiful hip toss there by Colonel Payne. One of the few moves he can execute well, a little double team action. Player better find himself looking for comforts, a Country Boy there. And we know that's a big shadow to hide under, but gets a quick 2 count there by the Bomb Squad. I just think these guys better get their act together.
Interesting, folks. The Bomb Squad strictly concerned with tag team action, and Player more known as a wrestler in singles competition. Now we have to wonder, Buff, exactly what has Country Boy Chris and the Player, when have they had time to practice? Between recruiting new members of the Corleone family and getting that giant singlet sewn for the ex-Country Boy, you have to wonder when they find time to practice.
I don't think they've spent much time together at all, Doc, because Country Boy Chris himself has only been in the Gentlemen's Club for a matter of a few weeks. Now they're bringing this Corleone guy in. Veronica has almost senior tenure in the Gentlemen's Club at this point. So these guys cannot have been together very much. It's showing right now they're 2 singles wrestlers that have yet to gel as a team.
Paul, let me ask you this. We see the Player right now. Clearly he's in a superior position, but as we see time and time again, this is a wrestler who does not know how to press his advantage. How can he break that habit?
I think it's just a total lack of focus on the Player, and it could stem from the fact, let's face it, the Gentlemen's Club really doesn't have much of a direction. This very strong team, this very strong unit that we saw a few months ago basically is in a state of disarray. These people in this Gentlemen's Club now do not know each other, and that's the advantage the Raw crowd has. We are together 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We are a unit, we function as a unit, and that's the only way you're going to succeed in this business.
The big City Slicker Chris now in there, and he's got the chokehold, applying it on to BC. He'll take advantage of any chance they get. Paul, you know as well as I do, these referees here in Pro Wrestling Express tend to let you get away with quite a bit. Anything short of a, well, I guess short of a knife or a gun, basically you're allowed into the ring with.
Well, you know, you have that 5 count. As long as you stay within that 5 count, it's not cheating unless you get caught, Doc. Yeah, I mean, Country Boy Chris has got a little bit of a new attitude as of late, and he's starting to realize that a little more. This business is not necessarily about how popular you can be, but it's what can you get? What can you grasp onto? The ultimate goal, of course, is the gold, and right now the Raw crowd has that gold, and ultimately that is the goal of all the teams here, get the gold.
Champ, how do you kick out, or how does a 500-pound man, more importantly, allow someone to kick out when he has inflicted a beating like that? How can you possibly be so nonchalant as to not hook the leg and take the victory?
Again, I think this goes back to this lack of focus on the part of the Gentlemen's Club. Again, these guys have not been together long, and they're not functioning as a unit. And until they do that, and this lackadaisical man, oh, jeez, that's going to leave a mark.
Fantastic maneuver, folks, by the City Slicker, and that's a great victory for the Gentlemen's Club. They have gone from being completely unranked, obviously, as this is their first appearance together now, Paul Atlas. This is going to jot them into the top 5 contenders.
Well, it could not. It depends on what the championship committee thinks. But these guys got a long way to go before they're going to be viable contenders for our belts.
Yes, there it is. The champ tells you it's a nice victory for them, but 2 individuals in tag team competition, no match for the championship team of the Wrong Crowd.
Doc, this match is definitely an upset. Now we've got a problem with the Bomb Squad.
Oh, there it is, folks. You've seen these two. They came together out of interesting circumstances. Remember, Bone Crusher, BC, formerly known as Bone Crusher, used to be a member of the Gentlemen's Club. He's not happy with that victory.
Pro Wrestling Express, Western Pennsylvania's biggest, best, and most exciting wrestling promotion, returns to the Pittsburgh area every 3 weeks with bone-jarring, back-breaking, in-your-face action. Call 673-2811 for information. Find out what the WWF already knows. Wrestling in Pittsburgh means PWX 673-2811.
Hey, let's find somewhere to eat. Hey, look, there's a place up here. What do we got?
Hey, Big's always hungry. Let's eat here.
Hey, sideshow.
Big's always hungry.
That might be a cool place.
Yeah, let's pull in here. Let's pull in here.
Looks like a friendly environment.
Pizza's pizza.
Oh, check it out, dude. Lunch buffet. Big, you're in. Hey, did you bring your money? You're buying. Oh, hey, just run him over. Come on, we're hungry. Get out of the way.
What the heck's going on here?
Get out of the way.
Hey, this is handicapped parking.
That's all right. So look normal to you? It's not handicapped, Jimmy. It's reserved.
Oh,
it's reserved for the Wrong Crowd.
That's us. That's our symbol right there, isn't it?
All right, let's check this place out. Reserved for the Wrong Crowd. Hey, guys, look, they got wrestling. They got wrestling here. City Wrestling right here at Sideshow Pizza. Who's this dude here?
I don't know.
You know what? We'll ask Farouk. We'll ask Farouk if he knows this guy.
I don't know.
Cool, what's a golden boy?
All right, let's go get some pizza.
Come on, Big. She must have midgets or something that work for this place. Look at CW Wrestlers, they can't stay up. Come to the show and you too can have pizza, parties, prizes, games, rides, and family fun. Sideshow Pizza. Home of Steel City Wrestling.
I wonder if the pizza's any good. Somebody in there told us the show wasn't.
The guy told us there were no good wrestlers there.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Man, we can always go somewhere else.
It's a nice little arcade though.
Yeah.
Play some games. I'm gonna turn in my tickets.
That's for sure.
Turn in my tickets.
Oh man. You know what? You got to save them for next time. That way you get something nice.
Let's save for the next match.
That'll work.
We need something really nice. All right, dude. Let's be down the road.
Yeah, let's go somewhere else, Steve.
Yeah. You know about this place. I got the keys. Let's go.
I'm the Doctor. Tonight, folks, it's going to all be decided inside the ring. Stay with us. Quinn Magnum versus Bubba the Bulldog with the TV title on the line.
Quinn's going to get his shot tonight to defend his championship, and maybe tonight he'll actually get the belt.
Don't you dare go away, folks. You don't want to miss a moment of this.
Pro Wrestling Express, Western Pennsylvania's biggest, best, and most exciting wrestling promotion, returns to the Pittsburgh area every 3 weeks with bone-jarring, back-breaking, in-your-face action. Call 673-2811 for information. Find out what the WWF already knows. Wrestling in Pittsburgh means PWX 673-2811.
Oh, look out, Buff, here he comes.
Bubba the Bulldog and the Dog Pound. Notice, Doc, Vince Kaplak came out of here for a match by himself. Bubba's got a singles match. Does he come out alone? No.
He's got himself accompanied by Boring Barry Koloff and Vince Big Time Kaplak. The Bulldog is marched up into the ring. He's got that TV title strap with him. He is proclaiming now to the world that he believes himself to be the champion. I don't think I've ever seen him win any match, let alone a TV title match.
It's been a long time since Bubba's actually donned the jeans and wrestled a match. Maybe he's actually going to do that now.
Boy, looking at him, I'd say it's been a long time since he donned any sort of workout clothes and went to a gym. Looks like he's been spending his time mostly at the airbrushers, getting himself some new tank tops.
That, and I think I spotted him at that China King buffet, too.
The Runt in here tonight. You've seen him before, folks, as he threatens Scott Venom with that jab slap. You've seen him unload on him before, and now here he comes. He is the real TV champion, Quinn Magnum. He's got himself a Bulldog on a leash. Looks like he's gonna stomp on him.
Magnum's bringing his own Bulldog to the ring tonight, Doc.
That's designed to show Bubba what he has in store for him. As he whips the Bulldog around and down, now the Bulldog, that infuriated him, and he's not going to wait for the bell before he gets started, Bob.
Not at all. Bubba's seen enough. He's got a quick chokehold on Quinn Magnum in the corner here. He's not going to let him out, and he's got Vince Big Time Kaplak protecting his belt.
Actually foaming at the mouth, folks, is the Bulldog. A nice clothesline executed there. But much like any little doggy, his attention span is about 5 seconds long, and he takes himself into that corner where it took him forever to follow up on his advantage.
But he dropped 2 leg drops down on Quinn Magnum, who's still on his back. Now Bubba's picking him up and going to take him up for a suplex here.
Leg drops? Who is he? Terry Hogan.
He's giving it a shot.
But a nice suplex there. But had no effect on the champ.
Here comes Big Time Kaplak.
Here comes Big Time Kaplak.
He's bringing that $20,000 belt over here.
He's got that gold and silver belt. He has something to say, folks.
Hey, you jerks. Bubba wants me to guard this belt so nobody comes out here and takes it. It is it's rightfully ours.
Let me ask you a question. Not too long ago, we saw you in singles competition with no other members of the Dog Pound out there at your side. You got a beating when the wrong crowd showed up. Why are you out here with him when he wasn't out here with you?
They knew that Brandon K was my lesser opponent. These guys had bigger matches than I did tonight. I might not have come out on the right end of that match, but you saw Mr. Big for the second time hit me with that chair. The second time. I lost the tag team championship from that chair. All right?
Folks, Vince Kaplak means business. He's got something for Mr. Big Head next time. You better believe it's coming.
Bubba now tossed Cody's shot one day, and I'm calling mine on Mr. Big.
There it is now. Scott Venom finds himself the only man in the ring.
Quinn Magnum came down off that top turnbuckle on to Bubba after he tossed him out of the ring. But Bubba now pressing the advantage and takes Quinn into the post.
Brother, I'm telling you, he hit that post so hard we saw the entire ring move. Now taking him back into the crowd. He's about 6 rows back. His Quinn Magnum. Bubba the Bulldog threw him out there. I don't think Scotty Venom has begun to count yet. There he is. He's finally got to 1.
And that's no surprise that he just got to 1 because he had to figure out what comes first.
As the Bulldog climbs his way back into the ring, there's the Three Stooges thumb to the eye buff. And the Bulldog taking advantage of it. He's got Magnum again, and he's got that post tied up, and there he is, that right shoulder into that steel post again.
And that's the 3rd time into the post. He took him into that support pole in the back of the WrestlePlex, twice into the ring post, and now Bubba's delaying, pressing the advantage, but Vince Kaplak is taking a few shots from the outside.
Shoulder injuries are common in wrestling. You've seen it right here in PWX, right here on our telecast, folks. A 3rd-degree shoulder separation by Quinn Magnum's ex-teammate, Mad Mike. And now Bubba trying to do the same thing to Quinn Magnum. Up onto the top rope goes the little runt. Down he comes, but he finds nothing there waiting for him.
Have you ever seen a dog fly?
I've seen a lot of dogs whelp, and I've seen dogs fly through the air when I've kicked them in the butts when they misbehave. And that's kind of the same expression the Bulldog had on his face there when he came up, and there was no one waiting for him, Buff.
Now Quinn Magnum pressing advantage with a modified powerbomb, and now he's picking Bubba up, setting him up for a
he just dropped him. He just flat dropped him. That a move designed not only to inflict a little bit of punishment and set him up for this next move, but also to send a message to the other members of the dog crowd, showing him that Quinn Magnum holds Bubba beneath contempt.
He certainly does, and now Quinn swinging from the rafters with a leg drop from the ceiling.
Brother, I'm telling you, that's a sit-down slam delivered from about 30 feet up in the air. And unbelievable amount of force.
Quinn just made the biggest mistake he could ever make. He picked up Bubba the Bulldog when he had the man covered. He had him beat. He could have left here the TV champion right there. But now Bubba's got a second chance, and that always will come back to bite you.
Oh! There he is. A fantastic move by the Bulldog. Say what you want about the runt, folks. Every once in a while, he'll surprise you with an absolutely fantastic wrestling maneuver. And there's one for you. He caught Quinn Magnum by surprise and delivered the neck breaker.
He caught him with that reverse DDT neck breaker, and now Bubba's trying to regain his own composure. That move will buy him some time, but if he doesn't press the advantage, Quinn Magnum's a big man, and he's proven he can take a beating.
Both men up on their feet now. Magnum takes the runt, throws him off the corner, steps down for a minute. Scott Venom gets in the way. The Bulldog runs into him. They crack heads, and Magnum rolls him up. He's counting to 3 himself. 5, 6, 7, 8. My gosh, he's got him down for at least a 10 count. How many times have we seen this about Scott Venom in the wrong place at the wrong time?
Definitely. Quinn Magnum had this match won. There's Barry Ray over helping out Bubba. I think he just slipped something into his hand, and Scott Venom has no idea what's going on, and Quinn doesn't see Bubba coming up behind him either.
You're right. The Bulldog definitely has a foreign object, and closing that right hand. Look out! He lights a fire. I think he caught Quinn Magnum there. It looks like he may have singed the champion's face.
He tossed a fireball at Quinn Magnum. Scott Venom happened to see that one anyway, and Bubba's leaving with the belt, but he's still not the champ.
This crowd is absolutely stunned here, folks. We have no idea what Boring Barry Koloff slipped into the runt's hand, but definitely he threw a fireball at the champion Quinn Magnum. Magnum checking his face, his hair. It looks like he had at least one of his eyebrows singed there as the referees attempt to give him some medical attention.
He doesn't want any part of that wet rag, the cold ice. He threw it aside. He's a tough guy, and he'll be back looking for Bubba on another day.
Amazing, folks. A match that went from inside the ring to as far as 10 rows deep here at the WrestlePlex finally ends when the runt throws a ball of fire.
Stop in at the Gun Rack to see our wide selection of new and used handguns and rifles at reasonable prices. The Gun Rack has reloading supplies, military relics, edged weapons, as well as antique and modern collectibles, plus a great assortment of accessories. We also specialize in gun repair and rebluing. Located on Route 136 between Route 51 and West Newton, Pennsylvania. Call 412-872-7774. That's 872-7774.
Don, Cindy, it's not good news. Billy's brain has been severely damaged.
I just called 911. Let the paramedics handle it. I think I heard something crack.
Your mother was always so healthy. She was just in the hospital for a checkup.
But I really think that you need to talk to an attorney.
Protect your loved ones. Protect yourself. Call us at Probanik and Probanik.
Folks, here he comes. It's Stephon Devereaux, the new manager here in PWX.
Get out of here, get out of here. All right, first of all, welcome Hillbilly Hick Trash. The first person I call me Steven Urkel, I will come out of this damn ring and smack you in your mouth.
He said that he wants to be called Steven Urkel.
I do see a striking resemblance.
Stephon Devereaux, Steven Urkel. You think underneath that shirt he's got red suspenders?
The big man sitting in the audience right there. He has trained me and he has taught me how to take over this wrestling business. And I'm going to start here at PWX.
An ex-member of the Dog Pound who is here in our audience tonight and who is claiming to be his mentor.
Yeah, he's saying that Leviathan has trained him.
Leviathan has trained him. Oh, that's interesting.
And what do we have here, Doc?
Ah, we've got a couple of masked marvels coming into the ring at us. These must be Devereaux's boys. He's about to tell us who they are.
PWX Tag Team Champions of the World.
He's introducing them as the next PWX Tag Team Champion.
I think the wrong crowd will definitely have something to say about that. These guys haven't even beat anybody yet.
Well, we asked Paul Atlas before whether someone wearing an outfit or face paint or makeup or even a mask intimidates him. He said absolutely not. The only thing that matters to him is what happens inside the squared circle. And so far, all we know about these two guys is the fact that Stephen Devereaux says that they're fine wrestlers. And Devereaux now can't even control himself. He's got some members of the audience here able to... And here we go. Stephen Devereaux seems to have completely lost it now because of one loudmouth sitting here at ringside, Bob.
Yeah, this guy's getting into it with Devereaux and his machine guys in here, and he even had a few words for the Giant Leviathan.
But here it is now. Devereaux has introduced his crew. Did you hear the name of Devereaux's new team?
They had some kind of machine. I didn't hear what he said, but I guess they're the new machines.
If you're looking for valued entertainment, then try DeVito Park in Lysenring, PA. Located between Connellsville and Uniontown, DeVito Park provides roller and ice skating on Pennsylvania's two largest rinks. The Ice Mine Ice Rink is the only Olympic-size ice rink in Pennsylvania, with skating lessons, scholastic and collegiate hockey, and periodic ice shows for your pleasure. The Track 9 roller rink ranks 9th in the nation, providing a full laser light show every session. Adult and youth sessions and learn to skate programs are available daily. A wide variety of snacks and full-course menu items are available in our restaurant, dining room, party rooms, or banquet facility. Booking parties has never been easier with a personalized hostess at each party. Your guests will enjoy the amenities of our arenas and game room. Ample parking, clean restrooms, and over 2.5 acres under one roof will invite you back time and again. DeVito Park is now host to the NWA East with wrestling events monthly. Call 626-1400 for our weekly schedule.
We've got the music playing now, Doc. Here comes the wrong crowd. And you know, Brian Anthony and Paul Atlas, they had to see these guys out there. You think that's going to distract them a little bit in this match?
I think it's going to take a lot more than a couple of jagogs running around in masks with Stephen Urkel as their manager to distract Atlas and Anthony. But here they come, folks. Our production staff unanimously voted them Tag Team of the Year. It's the wrong crowd, Atlas and Anthony, and they're accompanied to the ring by Jimmy Angel and Mr. Big, the head of security.
That's right, Doc, and you heard Hammer and Hank. He announced this as a 6-man tag team match. So the belts might not be on the line here, and it looks like Jimmy Angel is going to be teaming with Atlas and Anthony against 3 of the members of the Dog Pound. The problem I have with this match, Doc, Mr. Big Head's out here already. That's 4. Sean Evans, Vince Big Time Caplack, Short Fuse Boring Berry Koloff, and Bubba. That's 4. Put them all in the ring. Don't do this 3-on-3 crap.
So what you're saying, Bob, is you'd like to see B.A. Briggs come on out and say, like we saw him do not too long ago, I know you guys are going to get involved anyhow, so let's just put you right there in the ring and settle it the right way.
That's right. We saw these guys out here a few weeks back. They were all 4 mixing it up against each other. We had all 8 guys in there pushing each other around. Let's just get it done.
2 teams, folks, who do not like each other one bit. It's the Dog Pound. Here comes Caplack leading the charge down. There's all 4 of them. There's the run. You're exactly right, Buff. We've got 4-on-4.
We should just let him hook it up. But I bet Bubba the Buttface is a little bit afraid.
Well, I'll tell you, Buff, I can already see trouble in this match. You've got 8 guys out there. You got 1 referee. Now, you and I both know that even in a tag team match, when there are only 4 wrestlers, you're supposed to have 2 officials in the ring. Here at PWX, and in fact, in most promotions, they no longer do that.
Right.
But nonetheless, especially in six-man competition, and when you've got two outside agents like Mr. Bighead and the Runt, you should really have at least two officials in that ring and maybe even one outside.
Definitely. There should at least be another official outside the ring here to make sure that if this is going to be 3-on-3, that it stays that way. I'll tell you what, there's no way this is going to stay 3-on-3.
Folks, Todd Thompson looks like he's going to find himself right in the middle of a recipe for disaster. There go the tag team belts, $20,000 each, folks. Todd Thompson hands them over to Hammer and Hank, and the Bulldog looks like he's maintaining his death grip on that ill-gotten, in fact, stolen tag TV belt that he has.
That's right. He's not giving that belt up to anybody because he's afraid if he puts it down, Jim Miller's going to come out here and take it and give it back to Quinn Magnum where it belongs.
Well, there it is. They're getting underway. Buff, sorry to interrupt, but they're taking right after each other are Paul Atlas and Shocker Sean Evans.
That's right. Atlas and Evans are starting this match out, and let's see how long it takes before Bubba sticks his little nose in there.
His little pug nose belongs on top of the Bulldog. Evans tries to throw Atlas. Atlas up and over, and now back up and over again into the ring. Off the rope he comes, ducks under that poorly thrown clothesline, but Evans able to catch him with a nice elbow right to the side of the head.
That's right, and now Evans over there taunting the rest of the wrong crowd, Brian Anthony and Jimmy Angel, and Mr. Biggs outside the ring.
Of course, no tag there, Buff. So we still got Paul Atlas, the legal man in the ring. Brian Anthony thought that Thompson's head was turned long enough for Anthony to be able to sneak in, but Thompson was having none of it. Now he's up to, well, he's up to two in the count. But,
we've been over this before,
I guess
Doc.
you got to start somewhere.
He's not going to get any further than two no matter what, so. Again,
so here it comes now. Only this time Atlas going to legally tag Anthony, and here comes Anthony. And Evans catches him on his way in. Hard for us to tell from the vantage point because Short Fuse has got the big butt right directly in our sightlines here, folks. So we're going to do our best for you. Nice spinning back kick there by Evans.
Yeah, Sean's got to press the advantage here, though. Brian Anthony's a champion and he's a veteran. He's got a little more experience than Sean Evans, and he's a much more accomplished wrestler than Sean is. So if he's going to do something here, he's got to press his advantage.
Now, two great tag teams. Jimmy Angel takes advantage that time. Evans got himself too close into that wrong crowd corner and caught a forearm to his occipital lobe for his trouble buff. Now he finds himself in a world of hurt as Brian Anthony attempts to cut the ring off and keep Evans in that wrong crowd corner.
Yeah, Anthony's working on him now, dropping those elbows down in the throat area. And I don't know what the heck you just said, Doc, but Jimmy Angel hit him in the back of the head for those of us ignorant fans out there.
And there, a nice maneuver, a double flip executed by Anthony and Angel. That time he catches the wrong crowd being distracted by the Bulldog and able to knock both of them down with a beautiful double clothesline. Jimmy Angel so far has been the #1 star in this match, Bob.
He sure has, and he's pressing Sean Evans into the corner here, and he's about to give him the Irish whip across the ring. But he's too slow following it up, and he takes the boot to the chop.
Gets the Bavarian boot to the face for his trouble. Here comes Evans over. He hesitated just a little too long and caught the power slam by Angel. Angel only able to get the 2 count there, but Evans still in a world of hurt. Finds himself in the wrong corner once again.
In comes Atlas here, and he's starting to work on the rib section of Sean Evans, and he's going to whip him off the ropes here and go with a spinning back kick, and down goes Sean Evans again. Atlas is just putting some more punishment on Evans, and the Dog Pounds better get their stuff together and get somebody else in the ring.
You know, I don't really see a lot of exhortation coming from their own leader, the Bulldog. The Bulldog distracted, and I see Short Fuse and Big Time. They seem to be in their own little world over here. Now Evans gets himself close for a tag, but Short Fuse, even though he doesn't have a hold of that, there's that tag rope standing there. You have to have a hold of it before it's a legal tag. He's not even holding
us now.
And he's still not able to make a tag.
Do what you do best. Shut up.
Oh, thanks, Bubba. Those were wonderful words of wisdom. That, of course, folks, coming at you from our award-winning Bulldog. What award has he won, Bob?
The Buttface Award.
Exactly it. Voted by all of our fans here at Pro Wrestling Express as the Buttface of the year. Now Evans still finding himself. I think I saw a tooth fly there, Bob.
Yeah, some came flying out of Evans' mouth, and you know what, Doc, you had a little observation earlier. Caplack and Boring Short Fuse are barely reaching for a tag. That's like they don't even care that Sean's in there getting pounded on. What's going on here with the Dog Pound?
Well, we see the quick tags, Atlas, Anthony, and Angel, the 3 A's in the ring. triple A's of wrestling, you could say. This time Evans showing a little bit of life, but Anthony able to take him down with that clothesline, and Evans is just taking a beat. He's the only man who's been in the ring so far for the dog pound, isn't he?
Yeah, and Kaplak's trying to step into the ring here, but referee Todd Thompson caught him in midstream, and now the wrong crowd's double teaming Evans again.
Series of quick tags and fine double team maneuvers, and Atlas, Anthony, and Angel clearly in control here. They've cut the ring off effectively. They've kept Evans into their corner, kept him on their side of the ring, taking this 15 square foot ring, or 15 foot on each side, effectively cut it down in half. Now Evans off the rope again, and this time able to come out strictly on adrenaline. He catches Atlas on his way in, and Atlas was not expecting that, and that move, while it didn't have a lot behind it, Buff must have been exactly the right spot.
Yeah, these guys are both down, but Atlas is the first one up. I'm sorry, that's still Paul Atlas in there. I can't tell.
Well, they're tagging quickly, Buff, and it is difficult for us to see from this angle, but Paul Atlas down across that top rope. A fine maneuver by Evans. Can he stretch toward Vince Kaplak, who doesn't look to be doing a very hard job of stretching toward him?
No, and Evans looks confused. He
He's
doesn't know where he's going.
But there it is, finding the tag, and here comes Kaplak in. He catches all three members with hard right hands.
Now Mr. Big Head's getting in the ring too, and Todd Thompson should be calling for the bell right here.
That's right, this match should be over right now. Now finally, all 8 men in the ring, you called it, Buff. There finally comes the bell, but we've got all 8 men in the ring right now, and this is simply a grudge match.
That's right, Todd Thompson lost all control of this match like he had any to begin with, and now the Dog Pound and the Raw Crowd are hooking it up. And now Jimmy Angel just took the clothesline from Bubba the Bulldog, and it looks like the Dog Pound is standing proud here.
The Dog Pound is able to take the wrong crowd out. Todd Thompson calling for the double disqualification, it looks like. Although you called it, Buff. But it is officially a draw. It should have been a victory for the Dog Pound. Believe it or not.
It certainly should have been, and the Dog Pound showed why they are one of the top teams in PWX.
Pro Wrestling Express, Western Pennsylvania's biggest, best, and most exciting wrestling promotion, returns to the Pittsburgh area every 3 weeks with bone-jarring, back-breaking, in-your-face action. Call 673-2811 for information. Find out what the WWF already knows. Wrestling in Pittsburgh means PWX 673-2811.
But Gentleman Joe and Veronica Von Irons and the player are now joined by 2 new members, one old Bone Crusher and one completely new Corleone. Now in all the way from Chicago, folks, it's Scotty Blaze. He's climbing into the ring against 5 other people.
That's right, Scotty Blaze is making his return to PWX after taking a little bit of hiatus, running through the Midwest, picking up a couple of heavyweight titles along the way. Now he's back, and he's taking on, looks to be, the whole Gentleman's Club. And Veronica's doing a little flexing for him.
Does Scotty Blaze have any idea what he's got himself into? He climbs into the ring with Fredo Corleone. Fredo ready to take on waitresses 2 at a time, Bob.
He must be.
But here we are, Scotty Blaze against the newest member of the Gentleman's Club.
This is really not a smart match for Scotty Blaze at this point, because he's got nobody to watch his back. He's returning to PWX after being gone for about a year, and he really doesn't have any friends. And he's out here with 4 members of the Gentleman's Club, plus Joe, outside the ring. And they're not going to stay uninvolved. You've seen your buddy Player cheat a few times, I think.
I'll tell you what, Fredo Corleone in there, folks. He doesn't look too bright. He's got the blonde on top of his head. He's got black chin whiskers, and he's got that monkey hair on his back that's just as black as night. It's an unbelievable look.
He's got more hair on his back than Paul Atlas does.
That may be the ugliest wrestler we've ever had here in PWX, and I'll tell you about that saying something.
It certainly is. He's
uglier than the Bulldog.
He really is.
Well,
really. No, I got to give him hats off to Fredo in here. He's definitely the ugliest man around.
Not too long ago, folks, we saw a couple of wrestlers with long hair pulling each other's hair. If I'm Scotty Blaze, I'm not afraid to grab a hold of a handful of his back. Toss him from pillar to post.
I'd be afraid what might come out in my hand, though.
But he's making his debut here in PWX against the accomplished wrestler Scotty Blaze. So far, it's been a rather nondescript performance from Corleone. Up and over, Blaze takes him. Corleone finds himself on the wrong end of a series of flips.
Yeah, Scotty Blaze with a couple of quick arm drags and a big clothesline. Blaze goes 265, 275 pounds. He's a huge guy. He
is a big man. Those zebra wrestling togs don't really do him justice. But what's he going? He's got to go 6'5".
Yeah, he's a big guy. He works out a lot. He's a powerlifting maniac. And Fredo is definitely undersized in this match. He's going to have to use maybe some ring smarts that we might not be aware of.
Well, here he comes. He takes him over there into that buckle where the rest of the gentleman's club lurks. Now he's got him draped over that second rope. And he's taking his time while Bone Crusher puts the business to Scotty Blaze. Boy, I'll tell you, Todd Thompson certainly has his hands full in this match, Buff. So does Scotty Blaze. It's both of them against 5 other people.
Yeah, Todd Thompson is going to try to stay out of the way, I think. He's not really going to worry about maintaining any control. He's just going to try to get this match over and get out of here without himself getting hurt.
Well, Fredo did a faceplant there after that vicious turn into the post there.
Yeah, Scotty Blaze is definitely pressing the advantage, and a little low blow from Mr. Corleone there.
The great equalizer, the Lewinsky chop. Now he's going to roll him over. He flips him over, and he's got him in that chin lock. That's designed to cut off circulation, blood flow to the brain. And Lord knows Scotty Blaze needs all the oxygen to the brain he can get.
Yeah, he certainly does. And when you got a bigger man like that, you got to keep the pressure on him and keep the man off his feet. Because once Scotty Blaze gets going, Mr. Fredo here is not going to be able to do anything with him.
Up and over, he takes him into that cradle.
It was a nice sunset flip by Scotty Blaze there, but Mr. Corleone's able to come out of it with a clothesline, and now he's got to press the advantage here. Let's hope he's not learning from the player.
Player likes to take time. He's been known to call a timeout or two, even though everyone knows the only referee in all of wrestling that will give you a timeout is Scotty Venom, and he's not in the ring tonight.
Unfortunately for him, Scott Blaze was able to get out of the way and miss that, so Corleone missed the body splash, and now Veronica's up at ringside putting her things in Scotty's face.
All of her feminine wiles, the Teutonic temptress, Veronica Von Iron.
Now Corleone with a 3 count, but his feet were up on the second rope. Big surprise, our referee missed the whole thing.
Corleone takes the victory there, folks. In his debut as a Gentleman's Club member, Veronica Von Irons distracted Scotty Blaze. Evidently had Tom Thompson distracted as well. As Corleone went for the pin there, he used his feet up on that top rope to secure more leverage, making it impossible for Scotty Blaze to kick out.
He certainly did. Bone Crusher grabbed his feet, put him up on that second rope, when Todd Thompson was looking at the shoulders and not at where his feet were at. Scotty Blaze is upset here, and rightly he should be.
Here comes Gentleman Joe. Got some things to say to us. Joe, tell us about Fredo Corleone.
We have just acquired Guido Corleone.
I thought his name was Fredo.
We have stacked the deck. I have every ace. Tell me now, anybody. We'll challenge anybody. Veronica, Guido, CC's back in the fold. Player, Clubber, we got them all.
Folks, you see it every week here on Pro Wrestling Express. Something new and exciting happens. Tonight, Bubba the Bulldog with a fireball buff.
Bubba made his presence known tonight, and he made it felt to Quinn Magnum. Bottom line, Bubba, you're still not the champ.
Folks, you don't want to miss a moment of this stuff. Come back and see us again next week. For my partner, Buff Wilhelm, I am the Doctor.